It's Sunday, friend, April 6, 2025. Today, I want to talk about how I lost 115 pounds after menopause. So, grab a snack and come on back. Hi, friend. It's Lexi and your girl Yappy, my cohort here on this platform, my support chihuahua, the beautiful, fabulous Yappy. And today, I want to talk about how I lost 115 pounds after menopause and continuing to lose weight at age 60. Because everybody says it can't be done, but it can be done. And I'm living proof. Today I am wearing, and I've got to find the picture. If I find the picture, I'm going to pop it up, of my mother wearing this. This is my mother's. It's a sweater set from Neiman Marcus. And it's got a little kind of hole or something here that she had covered up with a pin. But I took the pin out and I put her beads on today. And this is a tank top sweater. And with the, this sweater on top. And I've always loved this when she's worn it. And when I went in her room to do some decluttering last weekend, I said, you know what? I'm going to take that out of her closet and I'm going to try it on. And it's been hanging up on my door over here for the last week. And today I said, I'm going to try it on. And it fits. I don't know what size it is. I believe it's either a large or a medium, and it fits me. I'm so excited about it. So now, because right now financially, and I'm not down enough yet to keep buying new clothes because I'm still going to lose more weight and have to buy more clothes. So when it comes time for that wardrobe change, I have all my mother's things in her closet, and I'm so excited to wear them. I have always wanted to wear my mother's clothes for my whole life. And the only thing that I could wear of hers at one time was any beach cover-ups, and I could wear her shoes. But then my mother was a size 8, I believe, 8.5, depending. And my foot was that small at one time, so I could wear her shoes, and I loved wearing her shoes. But once, then I ended up being a true 9, and so I couldn't wear her shoes anymore. But I would squeeze my foot into those shoes, and I couldn't wear them anymore. So, and then after I had Zoe, my body just said, girl, my body did my body just reneged on me, okay? And my foot ended up going up to a size 11. And so now that have lost this 115 pounds so far, my feet are getting smaller. So I still can wear my 11 shoes. I have to wear socks, my sneakers, but I'm sure that I could probably fit into a 10.5 or a 10 now. And that's remarkable, isn't it? It's so remarkable. A lot of people think that it's too late to lose weight once you get a certain age, and it's never too late. If it's something that you want to do, you can do it. Put your mind to it and you can do it. You can definitely do it. The turning point for me was the realization when I knew that I had to start, and what pushed me to this point, the turning point was when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. That was the turning point. Because I thought, I'm healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just overweight. But most of the people in my life would never say anything to me. But then there were other people in my life that were like, well, why don't you ever want to lose weight? And why don't you? First of all, it's none of your fucking business. But second of all, I didn't feel like I needed to. I really didn't feel like I needed to. But my body did start reneging on me. I ended up having the osteoarthritis and degenerative bone disease in my back, my spine. And so there were a lot of things going on. So I couldn't walk unassisted anymore. I had to walk with a cane, which I still do now. Not as much. When I leave the house, I always have it with me though. But when I'm in the house, I don't usually use it at all. So that means soon I won't have to use it once I get down to whatever my goal weight is going to be. And I'm so excited for that. So, but the turning point for me was type 2 diabetes and having to take insulin when I was first diagnosed. I'm like, no, Lexi, you better get your shit together, girl. And so I did. And I went on a very strict regimen for like 3 months. My A1C went from a 14 all the way down to a 6.7 in 3 months. Yes, I worked my ass off, literally, figuratively and literally. So that was the turning point for me, being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And yes, I'm still waving flies. So something big is coming. I know it is. And I wish it would show itself to me because I'm tired of the flies. And my approach to losing weight, to my diet, and my exercise mindset was, I did not do any exercise in the beginning at all. I did no exercise, none, absolutely nada, no exercise. All I did was change my eating, which your eating basically is 80% of it. You know, so many people just go straight to the gym and then they wonder why they don't lose weight. Well, you have to change what you're eating. You just can't work out, but then keep eating McDonald's and keep eating all the fast food and keep eating all the junk and keep eating potato chips and all that. Sure, love it all. But that wasn't serving me, so I had to let that go. So my first approach was I joined Weight Watchers. I had been on Weight Watchers years before, and I went back to Weight Watchers, and I started off, at that time, it was the blue plan. And I was on the blue plan, and I lost about 50 pounds doing Weight Watchers, which was amazing. It was so amazing, because I was eating anything and everything I wanted to eat still, but very portion controlled. And it did points. But the thing with that was, it really kind of messed up my mindset, because I was like a nervous wreck all the time. Like, oh my God, if I eat that, it's more than 2 points and I'm going to gain 5 pounds. And Zoe was like, listen, you got to get a grip. You got to get a grip, lady. And if you're new here, welcome. Like I already said, my name is Alexis, and this is Yappy. My Zoe, who I just mentioned, is my 27-year-old adult daughter, my only child, my one and only baby. And she's like, lady, get a handle on yourself. You're not going to gain 5 pounds because you ate one M&M. Come on. But that's how my mindset was going at that time. So it was not good for me at that time, not good at all. And I noticed that my OCD was taking a hold, where my OCD for me is counting. And when something's happening for me, and, you know, I can't say too much anxiety for me. Yes, I have had the panic attacks and everything really, really, really bad. But I have my faith and I pray. And so that kind of squelches that anxiety for me. That's what works for me. But the OCD would come when my mind would just be racing on, you know, oh, I ate an M&M, I'm going to gain 5 pounds, and what am I going to do? And I'm over my points, and I would start counting. I count squares. I like counting squares. So if the door has, you know, the square panels in the door, I will count each section. Anything that's a square, I'm counting. The phone that I'm taping you on, I would be counting each corner and up and down and, you know, all of that. And so I'm like, okay, you can't keep doing this. This is not healthy. It's not healthy. So I remember saying to myself, Lex, you're going to have to find another way. And that's when I started fasting. And that's when I learned about Dr. Mindy Pelz and Fast Like a Girl. And I started fasting, and that really, really helped me so much. Helped me tremendously with my mindset and with my weight loss. And I started eating, you know, I was doing a 20-hour fast. So I had a 4-hour window and then a 20-hour fast. And sometimes I would have a 23-hour fast where I would just eat in that 1-hour window, and that's it. I would just be drinking my water or green tea or whatever, and that really helped to flush and to keep me, you know. And then I had friends around me at that time, acquaintances, as I keep saying friends, and they were not my friends. We don't speak at all, and I blocked them all, but people at that time, like, oh, we're worried about you, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, but they were all fat and overweight and had miserable lives. So they were not for me because they didn't want to see me win. But I knew what had to work for my body, and it was a you know, a process of elimination, of finding what worked for me, trying many different things and many different lifestyles, many different diets. I don't like the word diet, but trying many different things in order to get to where I am today. So like I said, the program I used in the beginning was Weight Watchers, which works for tremendously for so many people. And now the program has changed. It includes diabetics now and things. So it's a good plan. It's just not for me at this time. It's just not for me at this time. I also use apps to track my macros, and I use the Lose It app. And I'll put that here somewhere. I use the Lose It app. And the Lose It app is wonderful for tracking your fiber, your protein, the fats that you eat. You can just tailor it to whatever, and it is a free app, but if you want to do more things in that app, you can pay, I think you can pay a year. It's like $19 maybe a year, or you could pay a lifetime. And I got a lifetime of that, and the lifetime I think was 40 something bucks, because it was on sale. So I did a lifetime, but you don't have to do that in order to use the program. You don't have to use that at all. And the books that I read were, of course, I did the 21-day sugar detox, and you know that the 40-day sugar fast, which I was going to do a series on, and I haven't done that yet, and I probably still will do that on that. And also another book, I don't have it back here with me in my library here, it's out front, but I think it's Living Stronger. I'll get that for you. It's a doctor. She's amazing, and it's about living stronger as we get older and the things that we need to do. So that. And menopause affected my efforts. Not really. I didn't notice that the menopause affected me. I think what happened with the menopause is it was just slow. So it's slow for me. I lose weight like a turtle, and it's a very slow process for me. That's how the menopause affects my weight loss. But really, it hasn't hindered me at all. I just keep going and I keep pushing. And I know the foods that I can have and cannot have that will either trigger me to have like a little weight gain, or that will help me really lose. And that's something that you learn as you get older, and as you learn your body and you eat certain foods and kind of know, you know, you learn what works for you and what doesn't, and that takes time. It takes time to do. Biggest challenges for me were, I did have some hormonal shifts and energy levels, you know, and of course my age-related metabolism, because I'm 60 now, and I started this plan basically when I was like 55. So 54, 55 is when I really started. And yeah, and I hadn't gone through menopause yet. So when I first started, I hadn't gone through menopause yet. I started in 2019 when I was diagnosed. And after that is when I was diagnosed with having like 9 or so fibroids, one being probably this long, and one being the size of a grapefruit. And once I had the hysterectomy and had the fibroids removed, then I was able to really kick that in. And a lot of people say when you are going through menopause, or when you have a hysterectomy, you know, you have that stomach. My stomach has gone down tremendously. I can see my whole thigh. My stomach used to be so far out, I look like Buddha. My stomach has gone down so much. Yes, I have a lot of skin still, and I have a long way to go. A long way to go. I haven't reached Wonderland yet. I'm still in the 200s, but I'm 205 pounds. That's a long way from 320 plus pounds. So yes. So as I keep losing, and once I get it together, and I'm not, because right now I haven't been eating well at all. You know, I have to confess I have not. I've had chocolate. I've had granola, which those things are not bad foods. There are no bad foods. And I don't ever want to come on here and say, this is bad for you and that's bad. No, there are no bad foods. There are foods that work better for us than other foods. And right now I've been eating the foods that have not been working well for me. But I'm going through like a craving and a transition and everything. And once I get that out of my system, because I never deprive myself, then I will go back to my usual. My mental health and the emotional hurdles that I've gone through, those were challenges for me. Challenges for me where I couldn't look at the scale. When I very first started, I could not. I'm on my third scale now because I've had 2 scales. And I'm on my third scale, which I love this scale. And this scale counts weight, it counts pounds, stones, and kilograms. So I love it. And I can actually stand on it. I had one scale that you hook up to your phone and it does all the body stuff and everything, but it was like a postage stamp and I can't stand on it. I have knocked knees, so I can never stand with my feet. So I could sit and put my feet together here, but I can't stand like that at all. My feet have to be wide. And the scale that I really wanted, it's a wide scale. And there's a young lady, she's on all the socials. I don't know if she's called Fed Up Fat Girl, or I'm not sure. If I can find her information, I'll list it down below. Or I'll put a picture up here if I can find her. But she uses that scale. And when I went on Amazon to get that scale was sold out. And it has been sold out. And the scale, it's about $100 scale. So at this time, financially, I can't have that scale. So I found another scale. I can't afford that scale. I should say can't have it. I can't afford it at the moment. But there's another scale that I have. That one that I just mentioned that has pounds, stones, and kilograms. And I love that scale. And you don't have to press buttons and stand on one eyelash and all of that. You don't have to do all of that. You just get on. It tells you your weight. That's it. So I love that scale. So the mental, shift for me was not being able to weigh myself. The scale was not my friend. Now I weigh myself mostly every day. If I don't forget, mostly every day once I get out the shower, I weigh myself naked. I do not have clothes on, underwear, shoes, none of the above. I was in a group over the holidays and we had to do weight, and we would have a sticker. We'd have to put a sticker. She would give us a word and you would put that on your scale to know that you were weighing during the time frame. And I always had to put socks on because I'm like, there's no free feet and I'm not showing you my feet. No free feet. I did show my foot yesterday in my last video, though, my rock star tattoo. So go back and watch. But no free feet on our 3rd month anniversary video. And but no. And I think that was video number 122. Episode 1. Not video 122. Episode 122. So no free feet. You got to pay for my feet. Which, if anybody here has gone on Feet Finders, drop it down in the comments because I'm interested. I need to know. I need to make some money. I need to get on Feet Finders and show my little piggies. And yes, my little feet piggies. And lots of emotional hurdles. Losing weight is an emotional journey. It's very emotional. And of course, I had the moments where I was just not a nice person, or where I would just, cry because I gained a couple pounds and I don't know what I did wrong and what happened. But that's not in my wheelhouse anymore. I take it as it comes. I know that there are weight fluctuations. You're always going to have fluctuations up or down, and up, and that just happens. No, I did not eat 3,500 calories in a day to gain a pound, and I know that. I'm very conscious of that, and I know that, and I exercise every day, and I know that, but it still plays with your mind. So my results, and I'll try to pop up a couple of before and after pictures, or one before and after. I need a good before and after, and I am going to take a full body now picture of me and put up with something previously, and I did one, so I'll try to put that up here. There was a picture of me in a pink top. I think I had on a pink top, and that was on a cruise that I went on in 2016. My best friend turned 60, and her daughter treated both of us to the cruise, and that was the most beautiful thing ever, because I wasn't working then, and I had no money to go on a cruise. One of my very dear friends bought me a passport, and her daughter paid for the cruise. And so there's a picture of me in the corner on the cruise, and then there's another picture of me that I took a couple months ago. So I'll try to post that up here. Physical health improvements have been, my diabetes numbers have gone way down, and which is amazing. I'm now a 5.4, I think was the last time I went. I go back to the doctor. Oh, there's a little doggy outside, a little white doggy. I don't see a person though. He does have on a collar. I don't see a person. Hopefully he belongs to somebody or she or they. I don't know. Yappy, who are they? We have never seen that little dog before. She's going to the bathroom. I hear a dog here barking all day and all night, and I wonder if that's the little dog. And she's just sauntering along. She just went to the bathroom, and she's just sauntering along. No. Squirrel, it's like squirrel. I'm easily distracted. Let's get back to the business at hand. So my physical health improvements were being able to, do more exercise, because when I first started this journey, of course, being over 300 pounds, I couldn't exercise. I could do maybe 5 minutes of exercise. And then I found Grow with Jo, and she had a sit-down video, and it was 12 minutes. And I couldn't even do the 12 minutes. And then, of course, I've always been doing Leslie Sansone for years. And I couldn't do 5 minutes of Leslie Sansone either. And then I got with it, as I kept losing weight, I was able to do more and do more and do more. So now I do 20,000 plus steps a day. And last night I burned maybe 1,400 calories. I think I burned about 1,400 calories last night. Or yesterday, not last night, when I took my watch up, I think. I used to always save that, but it takes up too much room in my phone to take screenshots and everything of my watch and all of that. So I don't do it anymore. But I know I had over 20,000 steps, and I believe it was almost 1,500 calories I burnt last night. I think I was like 1,487 or something like that calories burned. So, and my mental and emotional growth has been tremendous. I had a setback when Mommy passed, but then we were able to get through that. I was able to get through that. My emotional and mental health is so great, especially when it comes to getting on the scale. I don't view that as my enemy anymore. The scale is not my enemy anymore. I don't view it as that. And I don't focus on the scale. I focus on my non-scale victories, like being able to wear my mother's Neiman Marcus sweater set. And this was big on her. So, and I'm wearing it. So yes, I'm just ecstatic. I am ecstatic. So the one thing that I wish that somebody would have told me on this journey was to take my time, don't fear the scale, and to find what works for me and not be consumed with what everybody on the internet is doing. What I eat in a day to lose weight, and what I exercise to do, and da. Don't, no, because that's them. This is you. So once I got that mindset together, that was all she wrote. I was off to the races then, because I couldn't focus on what somebody else was doing. I had to focus on what made me feel good, what I ate, food I ate that made me feel good, didn't make me feel sluggish, didn't make me sick, different things. And that's one of the reasons why I went to the carnivore plan. I don't always do strict carnivore. I did for a while. Now I don't. I sprinkle in. I love my onions and garlic. I love veggies. I love cabbage. I love certain veggies. So I sprinkle that in, and on occasion I do want some sourdough bread, I do want rice, and I do want potatoes, and I do want pasta. So I sprinkle in the carbs every so often. It's not something that I do every single day, no. But when I want it, I don't deprive myself. And I just have a very small portion. I don't deprive myself. Carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are your friend. You just have to know what your body can tolerate. And me being a type 2 diabetic, a lot of times I can't tolerate the carbs. Like I can't tolerate the bagels and the pizza. And I know that when I eat that stuff, I know that, okay, I gotta rein it back in. I can't keep doing that. So I know that. And you will, I encourage you, women over 50 or post-menopause, I encourage you, if there is weight that you would like to drop and release, you can do it. Find what works for you. Weight Watchers worked for me at first. Then fasting worked for me. I do OMAD now, 1 meal a day. That works amazing for me. The carnivore plan worked amazing for me because that is an elimination plan. There is also the meat-based plan as well, where you're still sprinkling in some veggies and things that you want on that plan, but your focus is more meat-based protein. Carnivore is all meat-based protein. And that meat being pork, chicken, fish, beef. Mostly beef. A lot of people will mostly focus on the beef and pork as well. But I love chicken and I love fish. I love shrimp, and shrimp has such a high amount of protein. So I love that, and I love salmon. So those are the things that I focus on. And even if you're a pescatarian and you only eat fish and you don't eat the red meat or chicken, you can still do a carnivore plan. You would just do it with fish. It's your pescatarian plan, but that's all you would be eating for your meals. And if you eat eggs, so this plan consists of eggs, beef, bacon, butter. Yes, you can have cheese. I don't do too much cheese. I try not to do too much cheese and dairy at all. And I did have cheese yesterday, though, because I do love cheese. And I had cheese yesterday. But I don't eat cheese every single day. But you can have cheese. And I love butter, grass-fed butter. And that's what worked for me. So you have to find what works for you. Totally. But it can be done. And don't let anybody tell you it cannot, because it can be done. I'm living proof, baby. I've lost 115 pounds after the age of 55. I am now 60 and I'm still losing. And I still have a ways to go. And I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know if I want to lose another 20 pounds, another 40 pounds, another 50 pounds, another 60 pounds, another 80 pounds. I'm not sure. I'm only 5'2", maybe, and I've shrunk a little bit because of my bone disease and my vertebrae. So I'm between 5'1" and 5'2", but I believe I'm 5'2". So I'm very short. And my bones are very, very, it's 11:11. Thank you, Divine Spirit. I love you, Mommy. I love you so much. My beautiful ancestors, angels and saints, spirit and guides. Thank you. 11:11 as we film this. So usually this is the time when I talk to my mom, but I had to do this today because my new show is premiering today. The Sisterhood of Seasons with the beautiful soul whisperer Althea Grace. It will be on her channel. And the beautiful Nancy, a Crone's Intuition, and myself, us 3 crone ladies, will be chatting it up. So please come and join us. It will be on the Soul Whisperers channel, Soul Whisperer. I'll put it here, and I'll put it down below. Come join us at 3 p.m. New York time, so Eastern Standard Time. So come join us. Hopefully this video will be up before then. And you'll see it, so you can come join us. And I'll try to post it in my community tab or on my page somewhere, on my channel somewhere. So I love you all so much. You know that I do. And again, I didn't give you all the monikers today, but my friends here all call me Lexi. You already know Yappy. And some of my friends, the most beautiful soul whisperer herself, Althea Grace, coined me and Ange coined me Sexy Lexi. And the beautiful, beautiful Indigo Jaguar, Miss Heather, and the beautiful Nancy at Crone's Intuition on their show coined me Luscious Lexi. So those are all my monikers. So glad you're here. And I thank you. And I hope that something resonated with you in this video, especially if you are on a weight loss journey. It can be done. Don't be discouraged. You got this. You got this. And if you have any questions or you need any support at all, drop it in the comments or send me an email at leximilner1111@gmail.com. So, deuces from Yappy and I. We love you plenty.